Our listeners are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. 504-341-8255. The New Orleans Talk Network. Listeners are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. Our listeners are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. 504-341-8255. The New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Bishop Samuel Blakes, and you're listening to Real Talk with Mary Jae.
You tune in to Real Talk with Mary Jae, and we're live on New Orleans, NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. I am your host, Mary Jae. Thank you to all of our listening audience that are traveling all around the world. I hope you're having a happy Merry Monday today. I am having a happy Merry Monday because I am in the studio talking about health, healing, and hygiene. Yes, we're focusing on Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but we're focusing on health as a whole. I'm so delighted to have one of my favorite doctors with me today, Dr. Christopher Sylvain. How are you this morning?
I'm wonderful, wonderful. How are you this morning?
I am good. And I am so delighted to have you back on the show once again.
Well, honored and excited to be here, to be a part of the Merry Monday.
Yes, it's a Merry Monday. You know it's always a Merry Monday, right? You know it's always a Merry Monday. Doctor all around the world, why don't you tell the people who you are and what you do?
Well, thank you so much. I'm Dr. Chris Sylvain, and I'm the owner, along with my wife, Cynthia Sylvain, of Best Life Pharmacy and Restaurant. We're on Tulane and Broad, where we deliver prescriptions, we fill prescriptions, we manage your medication, just like Walgreens, CVS, and the chains, but we deliver. We deliver right to your door, anywhere in New Orleans, West Bank, Lakeview, Kenner, Little Woods. We go all over. We deliver to you same day. Yes. But also we have a restaurant, has nutritious food, but it's delicious. It tastes very, very good. You're going to love the food. But the key to the food is this. The food is designed to reduce belly fat. Mm-hmm. And that's the key. And so if we can reduce belly fat, we can get you off most of the medications. Yes. We can get you off your cholesterol meds and your diabetes meds and your high blood pressure meds just by eating the right food. So we do that. And also I'm pastor of Faith Full Gospel Baptist Church on Paris and Gentilly. And that's it.
Right. He said, and that's it. Like, that's all, right? Best Life Pharmacy and Restaurant.
Right.
Nutritionist. The head top-notch for all of your Walgreens. He was the head pharmacist that trained all of the other pharmacists. Okay? He said, and that's it. You're right? Professor, teach nutrition and herbs at Xavier University.
Amen.
So
yes.
He's the man with the plan. The meal plan, you want a good meal plan, this is the man. So welcome once again on the show. Welcome once again on the show. So listen, we're talking about, of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
That's correct.
The entire month. That's when we focus on breast cancer.
Right.
But, you know, I want to take it a little bit further.
Okay.
I want to focus on cancer as a whole, all types of cancer, but eating right.
Very good.
Health, healing, and hygiene.
That's right.
Eating right, and the foods that we're to eat to avoid some of those ugly eating habits that bring about heart disease and diabetes and all of that. You know, let's talk about that on today.
Well, fantastic. I think it's key being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and for everybody to be excited about breast cancer.
Yes.
But more than anything, about 70% of cancers we know already can be eliminated, particularly breast cancer, by healthy nutrition, just by eating the right foods. And this has been proven. You'll see it on billboards, 5 a day, eating fruits and vegetables. But the thing of it is this, it works.
It does.
People just have to eat the right foods.
Yes.
And so, particularly fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables, you know, God made them. They came right out the ground. And look at the fruit right here. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. You know, apples and oranges. Just eat the right food. So increasing the amount of fruits and vegetables that you eat makes a big, big difference. Now, the controversy is whole grains. All right? Well, that's one of the controversies, whole grains. Because there are a lot of people that are focusing on keto diets right now. They're talking about keto, and so they're eliminating whole grains. But that's a controversy. But I stand on the side with most of medical science right now. Whole grains are wonderful. Stone ground whole wheat, believe me. You know, Jesus ate whole wheat.
Yeah, I ate those stone ground grits.
There
right?
you right.
At Best Life.
That's right.
Whole wheat grits. Did
That's
you believe
right.
that?
That's it. Yeah, grits. I mean, grits doesn't have to be refined. You can get whole grain grits. It works. And so whole wheat. Believe me, if Jesus ate fish and loaves, you know, why can't we? And so we stand on that. And the studies are very, very solid that whole grains are really, really protective against cancer and breast cancer. It's wonderful. The other argument about eating is meat, red meat, and cancer.
Right.
Again, so the American Cancer Society and the World Health Organization, what they've said was we have to decrease the amount of red meat that we eat. Can't eat as much red meat. Again, obviously the keto folks are saying eat all of the red meat that you want. It's controversial, very, very controversial. It really, really is. Again, I stand on the side of controlling the amount of red meat that we eat. Now, processed meats, I think most people are solid that, you know, bacon, hey, just throw that out. All of the, you know.
Just throw out the bacon.
Yeah, throw out the bacon. You know, people that like, you know, bacon and eggs in the morning or whatever. The eggs are good, but the bacon we need to hold off. You know, hold off on the bacon.
Can't you all tell it? I've been eating some bacon.
Bacon tastes good.
I love bacon.
It tastes good. It does.
But I do eat turkey bacon, though.
Well, still. Because it's processed.
Okay, so that's still a big no-no.
Yeah, but see, turkey sausage is great.
Really?
Yeah, see, the key is the bacon part. What happens is they add the nitrates in, and most of the time they add sugar in whenever they create that. So you add sugar, extra salt, and nitrates in the way it's processed. So whenever they process the meat, then you have issues like bologna.
Yes.
Bologna, you know, salami and bologna, and pepperoni, and you know, and
pepperoni pizza.
The pizza's good.
But not the pepperoni.
With whole grain. Again, you
whole grain crust.
Whole grain crust. You have the whole grain crust. Nothing wrong with the anchovies and the spinach and mushrooms and all of that. You can put it on the pizza. And you can put chicken on the pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to put the pepperoni on there. But again, processed meats have been shown to be carcinogens. World Health Organization put it as a Class A carcinogen, just like cigarettes. Now, it's not as bad as cigarettes, but it's in the same class.
See, I'm so glad you mentioned that because we're talking about health, healing, and hygiene, okay?
Got it.
And I am a big eater. You already know that, right? But so many years, we've always heard that tobacco causes cancer, alcohol causes cancer, chemicals, the environment causes cancer. So, you know, you've heard that all your life.
Right.
But you never were taught. We were never taught. I was never taught. How do you eat right? When I hear an apple a day keeps the doctors away.
That's right.
As a little girl, I'm like, okay, how does that work? How does eating an apple a day keeps the doctors away? So I never was able to compare the two to say that food is medicine and medicine is food.
That's it.
But I'm so glad you're here today to educate us, to tell us, because you just mentioned as it relates to cigarettes causing cancer, alcohol causing cancer, and there's foods that have cancer agents, cancer causing agents in the food.
That's right. Processed meat And that was a big thing when the World Health Organization, when they put that out a few years ago. And believe me, people are arguing it. They're fighting it.
Processed meat.
Processed meat. Obviously, the processed meat industry is fighting it. But there are many physicians and researchers that are speaking against it. But the information is very, very solid. You know, people who eat processed meat, that's different from regular red meat. Now, red meat we need to decrease anyway, but that's different from again, the bacon and bologna.
Okay, so processed meats have more of an effect than red meat?
You got it. So in other words, just literally anything, once they process it, you know, and I call that a theological point, because God created things not to be messed with too much.
You're right.
All right? And so once it's processed, the same thing with wheat. You know, we're talking about whole grains. But once you process the grain, you take off, you turn it from brown to white. In other words, it starts out as brown.
Right.
All right, they pull it out the ground, it's brown.
Okay.
Then they take the bran layer off. They take the germ layer off. Then it becomes white. Then it's bad.
Then it's bad.
Yeah, then it causes cancer.
So why strip it of all its purities?
Money.
Okay.
It's easier to sell, you know, it doesn't go bad as long.
So preservatives.
Not necessarily preservative. By taking off that bran layer and the germ layer, for the food processors, they have a longer shelf life. It ends up being cheaper for them.
Okay.
And people want it more. It's easier to cook because let's look at rice, okay, brown rice. To cook brown rice takes like 2.5 cups of water, all right, cup of rice. And so you boil the water and then you put the rice in, you know, add a little butter and salt, put some rice in. And you have to cook it for 40 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
It takes longer.
Takes a lot longer because it has that bran layer on there.
Okay.
So you have to cook it 40 minutes. And a lot of times people are cooking for 20 minutes, like they're cooking white rice, or 10 minutes or whatever, end up with an oatmeal type gooey mess. And they say, I don't like brown rice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happens. You know, but if they cook it 40 minutes, then turn the fire all the way down. I mean, turn it off. Take the top off and wait about 5 minutes. Then it's fluffy. And people don't know the difference between brown and white.
Okay.
Because you've taken care of that hard bran layer, and then you have all the vitamins, you have everything in there, and it tastes wonderful. But once you process it and you take all that off of it, then you got a mess, you know.
Yeah.
The same thing with the meat, you know, you end up processing it, and people eat the bacon and get the bologna sandwiches, and you know, those little things they sell in the little packs, and all of that it came out of a chemical plant, you know. It's not real.
My gosh.
Yeah, so just eat the right stuff.
Yeah, let me make you laugh about that too when you're talking about brown rice and white rice, okay?
All right.
I love a particular, and I'm not going to say the name of this restaurant, but I love a particular good Asian restaurant here in the city, right? And I always go there to eat my little sushi rolls and all of that, and my shrimp and mango rice and all of that good stuff. All of the stuff that you talk against, right? But because I'm eating what I say, rice with no meat, shrimp and mango rice, and my little nice sushi wraps, and I'm eating this. And I visit this restaurant quite frequently, maybe 3 times out of a week. And that's all I'm eating because I just love it. And I'm gaining all of this weight. And I'm wondering, well, how in the world am I putting on these pounds? I'm not eating meat. I'm not eating like steak and all of this other stuff. I'm not eating like junk food. But I'm just eating there. And I knew it was that because that was the only thing that I was eating, you know, on my diet. And so I happened to get my nails done. I had an Asian lady that was doing my nails, and I asked her about it because they're so tiny and petite, right? Yeah. And I'm like, so how do you all stay so fit and so petite and tiny, you know? And I said, and I eat from your restaurants all the time. I'm always not told. She said, white rice.
Yeah. She's got it.
She said, what are you eating? I said, I'm eating the shrimp and mango rice, and I'm eating the, you know, I'm telling her all of the stuff that I'm eating. She said, white rice. And I said, white rice? She said, yeah, we don't eat that.
She's right.
She said, we eat brown rice.
Right.
Oh my gosh, isn't that something? So they cook it and prepare it, and like you said, because it sells and it's good, we want it, we eat it, we consume it. But she said they don't eat white rice. They eat brown rice.
Think about it. White rice is fairly
Wow,
new.
that blew me away.
Yeah, all that stuff's new, you know what I mean? All that stuff's, it really is. All of this processing is part of our industrial age, you know, even before the computer age, you know, they process all the food. And so now there's so much money in the processing of food, you know, literally chemists put foods together now. So it's really chemicals. And even, they did a study on Asians that do eat white rice, that don't gain weight. There are some that eat.
Really?
Yeah, they're Asians.
What are they doing?
In this particular case, they're eating so many other good things. Okay. All right?
That's good.
And
That's
their
good to know.
activity level is huge.
Okay.
All right? They're huge. They're bicycling, they're running, they're walking. And so even though you can't outrun a bad diet, they're making a good shot at it.
That's good.
They're making a good shot at it. But even still, where they're, like she said, where you have white rice, that's all you need is one Coke to blow it.
What? Well, see, and I am not a big meat lover, so I'm thinking I'm doing something, right? Not working, right?
No, see, processed carbs, and this is the thing, you know, and that's where the big argument about the low fat, low carb. Low carb is wonderful. It's powerful because carbs do cause more belly fat than meat.
Right.
All right. Okay. You know, and for a lot of different reasons. So it's not just calories and everything else like that. So if people want to lose weight, carbs are the first thing to decrease. The refined carbs, not the whole carbs. So in other words, white rice, white bread, white pasta. Okay. Yeah, those are the ones to deal with. Yeah, but you can eat brown.
I love
the whole grain. You know, now that's hard to find, whole grain pasta at restaurants. All right. Obviously we have it, but you know, but other restaurants.
Yes, Best Life has it.
Yeah, Best Life has it. We do that, but it's not easy to find. But it's easy, and it's hard to find brown rice too. Just realistically, it's hard to find red beans and brown rice. We have it, you know. But when people make the change, as far as for cancer and diabetes particularly, and that's why we're trying to get people are taking medicine for diabetes. They don't have to.
Right.
All right. They need to just change. Make the change. What we call it QSS. Quit sodas and sweets. Q. Switch to brown from white. All right? And sweat. And sweat it out.
Quit.
Sodas
and sweat.
Quit. Switch and sweat.
QSS.
Quit, switch, sweat.
Well, look, I'm gonna hold fast to that. It's a little bit harder for me to let go of those sweets, but you know I have let go of the sodas.
You have willpower. You know
yes,
you do.
Yes, I do.
Strong.
Strong willpower. You gotta want it though. You gotta really, really want it. And I love me some cheesecakes and stuff like that. But you know, I'm talking to the doctor today. We're talking about health, healing, and hygiene. Eat your heart out. That's what we're doing, literally. It's not about being fly and looking fine and not being really healthy on the inside, but it's about living right and eating right. We'll be right back after this commercial break. You tuned in to Real Talk with Mary Jae with Dr. Christopher Sylvain. Eat your heart out. That's what we're doing, literally, right?
Literally.
We're eating our heart out, eating all of the bad foods, the foods that we know that we should not have in our diet that are causing breast cancer, diabetes, and hypertension, and all of the bad stuff that we don't want. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
And I want to encourage you to join Church Without Walls every Monday morning from 11 a.m. to 12 noon.
And we want to encourage you to promote God's plan and not man's plan. Don't you dare miss it.
Hello, this is Dr. Glenda E. Williams.
This is Charles Stewart. Dr. Anthony Williams.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Oh, how the time flies. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best in literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
Commercial break, and I am right here in the studio sharing with Dr. Christopher Sylvain. He's brought in some great information. Hopefully you did not miss it. Before we went into commercial break, we're talking about health, healing, and hygiene. Eat your heart out, literally. That's our topic. That's our subject matter on today, because so many people are losing their lives to breast cancer, to prostate cancer, to cancer, period, diabetes and hypertension. And so I have the doctor on the show that is an herbalist that talks about nutrition and all of the good stuff at Best Life Pharmacy and Restaurant. Yes. Amen. If you want to live the best life, go to Best Life Pharmacy and Restaurant. Yeah, for your prescription drugs and your meals as well. So, Dr. Sylvain, as I said before, we hear all the time, an apple a day keeps the doctors away.
That's right.
See, that's not just a cliche, but we hear these little things and we repeat them over and over, but we don't take heed because we don't understand what's the significance behind eating an apple. Now, you just finished talking to me about the brown rice and the pastas, okay, right. And the whole grains. I never knew that red meat is better than eating sausages and pepperonis and
right. Big, huge difference. It's unbelievable how big it is. You know, you take meat and you process it, whatever they, to make particularly sausages. Mm-hmm. All right, in the sausages, they put sugar in it, and that in and of itself is like a candy bar. All right, they salt it up. They have nitrates and various things that they put to make the sausage or to process the bologna, the bacon and so forth. And those are the things that the body says, I'm not dealing with that. I don't like that. Wow. So obviously the immune system goes haywire. The iron in and of itself creates problems. The body's trying to process that, raises blood pressure. Mm-hmm. And then once you have those cells divide in the wrong way, then you have cancer. Okay. And so it increases the risk of cancer. And they're very solid. The studies are so solid on it. Mm-hmm. Again, they're trying to tell people all around the world. They have third world countries in Africa and Brazil and so forth, where they see the cancer rates rising as they get all this processed foods, as they become westernized, and these restaurants bring in the junk food. And people that have been eating, off the land for thousands of years, mm-hmm. and all of a sudden now they start eating junk. Right. Processed meats and so forth. And then they end up having cancer that they never had before, diabetes that they never had before, high blood pressure. And so non-communicable diseases, in other words, they were dying more of malaria and, infections and things that they can get from person to person. Mm-hmm. But now there are more people in third world countries dying from these diseases of cancer and high blood pressure and diabetes, So they're really killers. They really, really are. But an apple, awesome. The fiber in the apple. Yes. See, that's the thing. When they drink apple juice, you got trouble. Oh, gosh. But if you eat the apple, the fiber goes in. It goes into the gut microbiome. And so all of the bacteria down in small intestine, they decide how much of the sugar goes in, what type of sugar should go in. They switch it from fructose to glucose and all kind of things. But It's an apple that God made.
And see that I say where there's knowledge, there's power. Because I'm gonna tell you, the last time you were on my show and you talked about the fiber and the fiber attacking the gut, the fatty tissues around the stomach lining. I've been eating apples, and I'm not a big apple person.
That's right.
I really am not. But I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. So even in a busy work day, getting up, getting ready, and not really sitting down as we should to prepare meals and eat a hearty breakfast, just to grab an apple would be a good thing to do, just to attack that belly fat, right?
Yeah, fruits and vegetables, 5 alive, 5 a day, plenty servings of fruit and vegetables. And so the key to fruit is this: it's the perfect snack. You can keep it in your bag, purse, whatever. Right. You can always grab an apple, get an orange. I'm a grape man. I love grapes. Everybody knows.
Grapes too.
Yeah, grapes all day long. I love grapes.
I eat grapes late at night when I have those night craving late nights. I go get me a bowl of grapes and get in the bed and I'm eating grapes.
Better than chips.
You're right. Better than chips. And now the apple is better than eating what we call breakfast. If we grab a sausage biscuit, we think we've eaten breakfast, right? But an apple with see? I'm learning.
Hey, that's what we have to do. Teach one another.
Yes.
And learn. And so, again, prescriptions. People end up taking medicine, and they have to realize diabetes can be reversed. And that's the thing. People think, well, you have to take this medicine the rest of your life. I have to take these high blood pressure pills the rest of my life. People are taking these pills I have to do it the rest of my life. No.
Right.
There's changes that can be made, and people can start again, not for them to take themselves off.
Right.
The physician to take them off.
Yes.
All right. He'll say, wait, your blood sugar's too low. I got to take you off this. Or your blood pressure's too low. I need to take you off that. Your cholesterol is too low. I need to take you off that.
Right.
And so as people make the changes, the numbers change. And the doctor take one by one. They see you go from insulin to metformin. Metformin, they get off of that. Get off the losartan and hydrochlorothiazide, lisinopril. They pull off of that. Then next thing you know, they just eating fruits and vegetables and whole grains and fish and, the chicken here and there, little red meat every once in a while. And,
see, now you're talking my language. Now we can relate. See, now you're talking my language because at least you're giving me something that I can reach for.
Yes.
But I hate it when, and I know it's neither here or there, because if you're supposed to eat right, to live longer and live much more healthier, that's what you should do, right?
Okay.
But for people that are just, I love to cook. I love to bake, and I love to eat, and I eat all sorts of foods. There's not too many different foods that I like. Greek food, I like Jamaican food. I eat a lot of different foods. So now you're talking my language when because now you're giving me something that I can reach for. But for those persons that are like me that have problems, because I think it's not fun. It's boring when you have to be looking at labels and counting calories on packages, and I just want to cook and eat. Yeah. And I just want to drink water and go hit that pave and power walk it off.
That's right.
That's what I do. I'm just saying that's what I do.
Yeah, you were walking when I called you back the other day.
I was. That's what I've been living my whole life doing that.
Right.
But I don't want to be destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Right.
I want to at least know, because when you know better, you do better, right?
That's it.
Now let me tell you some of the things that I've learned from you. I stopped drinking sodas.
Great. That's the biggest thing. Nothing bigger than getting rid of the sodas.
Yeah, I don't do sodas. But let me tell you what I do, and I know you're going to rebuttal that. I drink wine when I'm at dinner. If I'm out, because that's what I switch. Because if I'm out drinking, eating a meal, and they ask, you want a soda or Sprite, and I'm like, I'll have a glass of wine.
Okay.
Because now studies have shown that red wine, reduces the risk of heart disease. Now, I'm with the doctor.
You pushed before he ate. That was good.
I'm with the doctor, okay?
Y'all saw her.
But listen, as a little girl coming up at dinner table at Christmas time with my grandparents, we always had red wine with our meals. So now, but this is just me trying to factor it all in. So is that not as good when you go and because we go with what we hear.
That's right.
Okay, so a Sprite versus white wine, red wine, because I just read something that there's a lot of calories in alcohol. So I'm like, okay, I'm just doing it all wrong. I can't get it right. Every which way I go, I'm just doing it all wrong. So help me with that.
Okay, good. There's a lot of good information just came out about alcohol.
Okay.
And particularly, with wine. Okay, the first thing I'll say is, obviously, definitely a personal choice. Jesus drank wine in the Bible, and that's the theological point.
Right.
All right, but if we kick that part out,
okay.
All right, let's kick that out.
Okay.
And then obviously they drink wine in the Bible, but, was it the same fermentation and so forth? Did it cause the level of drunkenness?
Right.
That's the argument we make. But obviously the end answer is that whatever people are doing is lawful to do. So long, it's expedient, but it's lawful. Whatever people want to do, that's fine. That's the big thing. Secondly, on the health side, they've just come out with some studies, and they're very, very solid, okay, to overturn the health benefits of wine.
Okay.
All right, to say that that there are no safe levels of drinking wine.
Okay. None, not even one glass.
That was big, and so people are arguing that point.
Okay.
Now that's statistically, I always say over millions of people. Now, how would that affect any individual? It may not be a big deal, but statistically, basically, they threw all of that out as far as for the health benefits of drinking wine and alcohol. All right. What that means is that it doesn't mean that if you drink wine, you're going to get cancer. All right. But if people drink, let it be by personal choice.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do,
Right.
and definitely better than a soft drink. I would agree in and of itself, but the problems associated with alcohol and cancer, alcohol and alcoholism, and so forth, from a health standpoint, we can't really push it on a health standpoint. But if people want to drink it, that's a good thing to do. So for years they were talking about the red wine and the polyphenols, as far as for heart disease and all of that.
Yeah,
And yeah, they did. I mean, it just went on. Those weren't strong to start with.
Okay.
It was good for the newspaper. We used to laugh at it all the time. They said, now, why do you keep publishing this, knowing that it's not true?
Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, and I have the privilege to have someone that have studied this his whole adult life, I should say, and not just study it, teach it, preach it, live it, walk it, eat it, breathe it. Look at this man. So you're living it, and you're doing it, and you're helping save lives. You're helping people make the switch from all of the medications that they consume just by giving them a meal plan, helping them to eat right, to live longer. So we're going to talk about, because listen, I'm not gonna disclose this package, but I have some cookies right here that I picked up from Sam's by the case.
All right.
Because it says blueberry.
Yeah.
And it says 18 grams of whole grain.
Right.
So I was like, yes. And then when I opened up the box and I got home and I'm eating these delicious cookies, I might add, it says 230 calories per pack. There's 4 little cookies in this package. But all I see on the box that catches my attention is 18 grams of whole grain.
They are 100% correct. It has whole grains in it, but it doesn't tell you about the sugar. They don't talk about the refined grains. They don't talk about all of the preservatives that they have in there to make it just like a Chips Ahoy cookie.
Gosh.
People think, again, there's money in the processing of food. It's not as much money in fresh fruits and vegetables. They can't make, the profit margins aren't that strong in fruits and vegetables. They're better than people think they are. And then people don't think it tastes as good, but a good cook will always say, you're a great cook, that you can make good food taste wonderful.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, red beans and rice, regular old New Orleans cooking, meatballs and spaghetti and cabbage and rice and fish and chicken and, breakfast in the morning, you get omelets and egg and turkey sausage, all right? The turkey patties or whatever, grits, pancakes, with honey as a sweetener. And, people can eat 3 meals a day with snacks and just love the food. I mean, imagine if somebody had some really good soup and gumbo and, some mustard greens, collard greens.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's good when you prepare it the right way and you're eating the right meats, the right foods together, right?
Soul food.
Right. Because, I did it wrong, but I learned from you from the last show because I thought not eating all of the pork and taking all of that stuff out of the red beans were better, but I added the sausage and stopped doing the ham hocks and the smoked. So I did it the wrong way, right? I was thinking I was doing right by not eating ham hocks in my beans and just season it with the sausage. But you say the sausage is altogether bad. Right.
There's you can use, now it's somewhat processed but mildly. There's a smoked turkey meat. All right, that you can use. And it doesn't have a lot of salt, doesn't have sugar in it, doesn't really have the preservatives. That's all they did was smoke it, all right, in and of itself. And that hadn't found to be a problem. So you can put that right in the beans, and they taste wonderful. We've compared the smoked turkey meat, all right, with the other processed meats. And the taste of the beans, we've tried it, taste tests.
I've had it.
And it's good with brown rice.
It is good. I must
say. With brown rice.
I've eaten it at Best Life. I tried it.
Yeah.
I was one of the taste testers.
That's right.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good. Yeah. Seasoned and really, really good.
Mary Monday and red beans.
Mary Monday and red beans. We're talking about eat your heart out, guys. Healthy, healing, and hygiene. We're talking about health, healing, and hygiene on today with Dr. Christopher Sylvain. We're getting ready to go into our commercial break. We don't want you to go anywhere. We hope you're getting empowered and inspired to live your best life on today. We'll be right back after this.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Hi, I'm Prophetess Charlene Duforce.
And I'm Bishop Carol Duforce Sr.
And we're from Living Witnesses Ministries.
And we also have a program on the internet called Living by the Word Daily. And we're seen every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time on the New Orleans Talk Network.
And we would like to invite you to tune in with us every Wednesday morning. Again, 11 to 12 noon Central Daylight Time. Please join us as we teach the Word of God. Thank you and God bless.
God bless you.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Happy Merry Mondays. It's your girl, Mary Jae. I want you to tune in with me to Real Talk with Mary Jae on New Orleans Talk Network every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Then follow me to blogtalkradio.com/Real Talk with Mary Jae at 10 p.m. It's going to be a Merry Monday every Monday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. You've just tuned in to New Orleans Talk Network. Happy Merry Monday.
Happy Merry Monday. I hope you're having a happy Merry Monday today. I am your girl, Real Talk Mary Jae. We're live on NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We're talking about eat your heart out. Eat your heart out. That's literally what we're doing when we're eating all of the wrong foods, all of those bad eating habits. But I have on the show with me Dr. Christopher Sylvain. We're talking about health, healing, and hygiene. Yes, he's coming in a little strong, but he's meeting me halfway. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. He's meeting me halfway on the show today because Dr. Sylvain, you have taught me so much over the period of years. I'm telling you, let me tell you, I started off by saying I don't do all of the sodas anymore. I stay away from canned foods, too. I stay away from canned foods. You won't find too many canned goods in my pantry if you came to my house. Maybe like for holidays, you might find maybe some baked beans in a can, something like that. But all of the fresh vegetables, I try to prepare those, or frozen peas and all of that stuff in a frozen section in a bag. I do that. I have cut back on sugar.
Great.
But I have not given up sugar.
Okay.
I have cut back on the meats and stuff. You know, I'm not a big meat eater, big meat lover. I don't eat a whole lot of junk food, but every now and then.
Okay.
So I'm hitting a track, though. I just started back because, you know, I broke my foot, and now I'm getting, I'm starting back. I just started back walking last week. This week.
Awesome. Your heart loves it. Every
week just passed.
Yeah, everything is
Doing
exciting.
good.
You know, this October 20th is, and I don't know how the show will play, but International Quit Soda Day. People around the world. We're pushing it at the church.
Wow.
We're encouraging
awesome.
other churches to support and participate, where they can tell their congregations and community groups and people all over. International Quit Soda Day. Just like people give up cigarettes, they can give up soda and just throw it away.
I gave up soda. I didn't know there was a whole day dedicated to that.
That's right. October the 20th is International Quit Soda Day. Encourage your friends, challenge them.
Wow.
Just like we challenge people to quit cigarettes. Those cool Filter Kings and
Marlboro. Salem's.
That's right, I remember. And
I was a more menthol girl. You wouldn't believe that,
the commercials,
right?
when you think about the commercials.
Exactly, because I'm telling you, everything is so commercialized, and it has such an influence. You know, back then, Dynasty, Destiny was on, and Alexis Carrington with her more long tip. So I thought I was one of those sophisticated ladies back in the days, and I wasn't a smoker. You know, it's just a commercial that makes you think. So I had more menthol with a long tip, those long skinny brown cigarettes. I think I probably smoked for maybe 3 months, maybe.
Well, you did good. You know what I mean? We started off as a young kid. You know, everybody smoked in the house. Parents smoked, you know, and everything. And so you end up smoking. And it was hard to learn how to smoke. Coughing and all of that, you know. But the same thing, like with soft drinks, it's saying, you know, it's the real thing. You know, have life when you drink these drinks, and they're causing diabetes. Literally, there's nothing more damaging to the human system than a soft drink. Even the diet drink. So soft drinks and diet drinks. People say, I drink diet. Same difference.
Right, and you taught me that.
Poisonous to the gut microbiome. You know, same obesity, same issues with diet drinks. You know, so soda, smoothies, and juices. Same thing. So again, quit sodas and sweets. And so International Quit Soda Day, I'm excited about the group that's pushing it. You know, some physicians, activists around the world, particularly, you know, they're trying to push these soft drinks in Africa and third world countries, since sales are going down in America. They're trying to go over there and kill some folk, you know. Anyway, so we want to encourage.
Wow. So sodas. October 20th.
October 20th. International
That
Quit
would be
Soda
awesome
Day.
if everybody all over the world would not drink sodas beginning October 20th.
That's right.
Begin October 20th. No soda sales in all of the stores. Even when I go through fast food at times and it comes with the meal, I always get a bottle of water in its place instead of the Sprite. And you know, it's amazing that you said that, because when we think about sodas, that's why we get the big old tea for 99 cents for this huge tea, and then when I asked them for a bottle of water, that's $2. Right. You know, now you were willing to give me this big old 32-ounce tea, with the meal, but now since I want to change it from the tea to water, I have to pay almost $2 for that. $2.49.
Green tea, and if you take the sugar out, it's actually good, but the amount of sugar, there's more sugar in that green tea than in soft drinks.
Wow, really?
I mean, we had health fair at the church Saturday. It did a great job, and so a dietitian came out of Two-Row, and they had the amount of sugar in each one of the drinks, and the green tea had the most. Literally, it was huge.
And so we're thinking, because it's green tea and we're buying this commercialized green tea and it has more sugar than a soda. Oh my gosh.
Good stuff.
See, that's why you have to learn. That's why I say when you know better, you do better. Let's talk about your meal plan that you offer for those people who are struggling with weight loss, with diabetes, high cholesterol. Let's talk about the meal plans that Best Life has to offer that can help them, because I've seen you help some folk with those meal plans as
Hey, we love it. At 504-264-5100, 504-264-5100, or Google us, Best Life Pharmacy and Restaurant. That's the easy way. 2-lane and Broad at the old Popeyes. $45, and we deliver it.
Okay.
All right. 5 meals for the week.
Wow.
All right. And we'll text message you and help you with recipes and so forth for breakfast and lunch. But 1 meal a day, and that we'll send to your door. We'll send it, as a pack once a week. $45. You get to choose what you want to eat, and we also do some change, mix some things up for you. Give us a call. Chef's right there. He'll go over exactly the meals he has. And then Jamaican guy, he has some jerk chicken in there. Oh. That's right, some jerk wings for those that, different things. He even has some plantains as a dessert.
I love plantains.
Oh, yeah. And some banana deal. I forgot the name of it. He'll kill me. But what it is it's really, really good. Banana flambe. Okay. And it's sweet without sugar. It's just, believe me, it is so, so good. And so again, you can just get regular cabbage and, greens and, fish and chicken, and you can mix it up every week, whatever you like. And then that'll be your base meal. And but if you want to get the 3 meals, we can do that too. But for 1 meal a day, $45, and it helps people get started to healthy eating. And we're right here in the city, and we're delivered right to you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So that's $45, and how often is that?
Once a week. So it's 5 meals, $45.
5 meals for $45.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
And they're healthy meals to help you eat right.
That's right.
And will help you to reduce those calories.
Calories aren't the big thing, all right, because you want to eat till you're full. Okay. But it has the foods that are not poisonous and damaging to that human system. That's the key, So the calories end up being controlled, because when you eat healthy, you actually are controlling calories. It's just, but the goal wouldn't be to decrease the foods we eat. Okay. All right. The goal would be to eat the right foods, and it controls the appetite. It controls our desires. It controls the amount of fat going around the belly, because our goal is for people to reduce the belly and get off the medications. We focus on belly fat, not weight.
Yes,
we focus on the belly.
That's right.
All right.
You've always said the waist, not the weight.
You got it.
The waist,
that's right.
Not the weight.
Yeah, the weight end up going, that'll take care of itself. But the waist, we're looking at the waist, because certain foods add fat to the waist, and other foods help take it away. Again, quit, switch, and sweat. Quit sodas and sweets, switch to brown from white, and sweat it out. Even in a wheelchair, we'll tell people, sweat it out with the arms. They can be in a wheelchair.
You're right.
They can sweat it out. Just keep it going, stay active, and just be alive, life. And that encourages us, that builds us up. It decreases the level of Alzheimer's and dementia for people over 50 and 60. Much less incidence of Alzheimer's particularly. Again, disease is all over the place.
Yes. And see, and I never was able to really related to the foods, because as I said, when we were coming up as kids, we know not to drink, not to smoke. Alcohol, tobacco cause cancer. Right. And then it went on to say the environment, the pollution, causes cancer. Right. But now we're talking about the foods that have cancer-related agents in the food that attacks the body.
You got it.
That shuts the liver down and the heart and all of that.
You hit the nail on the head. And it's not even just the preservatives and so forth, which can be a problem, but sugar itself. Again, apple juice. Once that food is processed, you take sugar from sugar cane. Once it's processed, the body cannot process it itself properly. It can't metabolize it. So the way the body, it's like an overload. Like we overload a system. Like we put sugar in a gas tank in a car. Driving a car, you put sugar in a gas tank, you destroy it. Or if somebody they overload the oil, in the engine, it destroys it. And so when we take sugar, it overloads a system. And the system's designed to go in for the sugar to go in with the fiber, that they go together. They just join together, not where it's all bladed up like with a smoothie, but we just eat that apple. It goes right on in, and it hits the small intestine. And the key, and I'll say this because people can get it, it turns fructose into glucose. All right, and the liver can handle the glucose. It can't handle the fructose. And so when we overload that system with the juice or the soft drink or the refined foods, then it can't handle it. So all of a sudden, it can't switch it to glucose, so it hits the liver as fructose. And once it hits the liver as fructose, it destroys the liver, end up with fatty liver. It produces all of these things that lead to cancer, that lead to high blood pressure, lead to diabetes, all right, lead to high cholesterol.
Makes sense. Then
they'd have to go to the physician. Then none of the medications get rid of high blood pressure, get rid of diabetes, get rid of cholesterol.
Wow.
The medications don't do that, all right? They lower the numbers, lower the blood sugar, but it doesn't solve the diabetes problem. Medicine doesn't cure people, all right? All right? And so, but by eating the right foods, we can cure diabetes, all right? It's been proven to cure the high blood pressure, to cure the high cholesterol. And so then people they're off the medications, and slowly, it's not all of a sudden, all at one time. And again, it's allowing the doctor. People shouldn't say, I'm not going to take this medicine because I heard I don't have to take them. No, go to your doctor. You know what I mean? Let them walk you through the process, because when they see those numbers going down, doctor will tell you, and tell them, hey, doc, what do I need to do to get off this medicine? Okay?
That's good.
You need these numbers.
That's good.
When I see these numbers right here, I have no reason to keep you on the medication.
Okay.
All right? Well, because they have side effects associated with it. So, hey, your blood sugar, it's too low. I got to take you off. I can't keep you on taking insulin.
That's great.
I can't keep you on metformin. Your blood pressure, your blood pressure's too low. I have to take you off the losartan and lisinopril, hydrochlorothiazide, amlodipine. You got to take you off of that. Cholesterol, cholesterol's low. Hey, your risks are not high enough. Since your diabetes is gone, your high blood pressure's gone, I don't have any reason to keep you on this cholesterol medication. Your risk of a heart attack and stroke has already gone so low, even though you're 60 years old, even though you're 55 or 70 years old even. People can get off the medication, and so they'll feel better, because the medication has them feeling bad, side effects. That's why people don't want to take it. They don't take it anyway a lot of times.
Really?
Yeah, people self-select. They say, I don't believe it. No, but take the medicine. Really take it, they start taking a pill 3 days before they go to the doctor's visit.
Right. To say they've been doing it, they've been taking it.
Yeah.
So I've learned to eat right, to eat better, to live the best life. Eat your apples. Now I can understand why an apple a day keeps the doctors away. I've learned to stay away from, like I said, all of those canned goods. Stay away from all of those refined sugars and sodas. Don't do that anymore. And ever since you taught me about not juicing the fruit, pulling it from all of the potent, all of the fiber and all of the nutrients from once it's taken out of the skin. See, you thought I wasn't listening. No. I've been paying attention. It's been years. And I stopped juicing all of that, and I just started eating the fresh fruits and vegetables.
You got it.
So listen, we are excited about all of the information that you have to share with us. We're having a Happy Merry Monday all day long with Dr. Christopher Sylvain. I want you all to go follow him at Best Life Pharmacy and Restaurant. If you want to transfer your prescription drugs, that would be the place to do it. And also get that meal plan that he's talking about to help you eat right. $45 for the week. 5 meals.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
good. God.
That's right. That's right.
That's wonderful.
And you said a good point. Instead of you going to the drugstore, let the drugstore come to you.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Dr. Sylvain, we have about 1 minute left on the air. Tell the people whatever it is that you want them to know.
Hey, the big enchilada, first thing, obviously, don't go to the drugstore. Let the drugstore come to you. 264-5100, 504-264-5100. Google us. Come stop on by. But quitting sodas and sweets. That's the big thing.
Yes.
QSS, quit sodas and sweets. Switch to brown from white. Brown bread, brown rice, brown pasta. Get away from the white and sweat it out. Move those muscles, move everything, keep it going, and the belly fat starts going first. That's the deal.
All right. That's the deal. You heard it from the great Dr. Christopher Sylvain. Did you have a happy Merry Monday today?
Yes, I did. I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited too. It is a Merry Monday, you guys, on Real Talk with Mary Jae. I am your host, Mary Jae. Thank you all for sharing with us. Right here, we're here every Monday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Eat your heart out. Don't do that. Live the best life. Health, healing, and hygiene. We'll be right back here on next week talking about it once more. Thank you, Dr. Sylvain, for coming on the show today.
Thank you so, so much, and I'm having a happy Merry Monday.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you.
and 504-341-8255, the New Orleans Talk Network.